Hey, what's up guys? David, the film junkie, here doing a nice little film review. I've been lagging very badly on my film reviews. I've been really concentrating on the Android videos and writing and stuff like that, and even had some technical difficulties, which hopefully it doesn't happen now. Cross your fingers, knock on wood. What am I doing? Anyways, guys, yeah, I've been meaning to do film reviews because I saw Prometheus, which I liked, and everybody needs to shut up. It was not an Alien prequel. There was no indication in the trailer that it was an Alien prequel. It just took place inside the Alien universe, and it had some connections with the Alien movies, alright? So calm down! Saw Ted, absolutely loved it. Seth MacFarlane is a fucking genius. All the movie references in that movie, that sounded weird, just killed me. Mark Wahlberg did great. I mean, it was just overall just a great movie. I can't wait till it comes out on DVD. I even saw Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. That was really good. Steve Carell, awesome. What's her name? Why can't I think of her name? Keira Knightley! Fell in love with her in the movie. She was awesome. It was a good movie. Heartfelt. Had its funny moments. Anyways, here I am, going to be talking about The Amazing Spider-Man. And just how amazing was Spider-Man? Pretty amazing. Better than the original movies. And I'll tell you why. The reason why it's just a big yay for me is because I just never liked Tobey Mcguire as Spider-Man. It's just something about him, just so girly. I don't know, I always tolerated it. I didn't care. I wasn't like, I'm not gonna watch Spider-Man because Tobey Mcguire is Spider-Man. No, I still watched them, and the first one was like, oh, okay, cool. Spider-Man is now a frickin' motion picture. It's about time. It was pretty awesome. Second one was very great. I mean, it was a solid script, very good story, good villain. Everything was really good about Spider-Man 2. Then Spider-Man 3 just sucked balls. I mean, I'm not just hating or anything like that, but it sucked really bad. Sam Raimi just destroyed it, and and I'm not just like acting like, an ass about it. I mean, there's a reason why they rebooted the franchise. I mean, that movie came out how many years ago? 4 or 5 years ago, and they're now rebooting it? Shows you something there. Anyways, guys, it's The Amazing Spider-Man starring Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, Dennis Leary, Reese something, and of course directed by Mark Webb. And of course, everybody points out that, well, you have a last name like that, you better not fuck this up. Which he's actually a really good director. He directed 50 Days of Summer, which is a very good movie, So a lot of people are like, that's a stupid, sappy love story. No, it's actually very well done, like really well. Like probably one of my favorite romantic comedies. Watch it. But anyways, guys, he tackles Spider-Man, and this time they go very comic book-y ish. What I mean by is basically they didn't try to change much from the comic book. Because in the original series, when Peter Parker's in high school, he didn't really meet Mary Jane yet. I'm not too familiar with the comic book, but I think that's what the case was. And the whole webbing, how it was like he had this this on both wrists, it looked like little herpes or whatever the hell, and it shot his goo out. That sounded so freaking disgusting. Sometimes you get herpes and they shoot goo. I would like to have herpy wrists with goo. So they made it where he is in high school, and instead of Mary Jane, it's Gwen Stacy, which was his first love. And then, of course, instead of him having the goo, the herpy thingy, he actually creates the webbing with the little, whatchamacallits. It's pretty cool. So that's very, much like we remember from the cartoon and the comic book. Overall, I liked the movie. It was really good. I liked the action. The story was very well done. It sometimes some stuff kind of dragged a little bit, slightly. Like they could have shortened the movie with some of the scenes. Were just like, hey, let's pick it up here. But I thought it was a very good reboot to the franchise. And Andrew Garfield, I thought he was, of course, since I didn't really like Tobey Mcguire, I thought he was a really good Spider-Man. He really played that awkward nerd very well. And a lot of people were having a tough time, Andrew Garfield, I don't know, it just wasn't enough. Even people were saying that he was like emo or something. I'm like, where was he emo? I mean, Tobey Maguire in the third Spider-Man was emo. Andrew Garfield was just like a nerdy, shy, awkward, teenager, and he played that very well. I mean, it was almost too well, where I was just like, hey, Gwen Stacy, quick, kiss him before I do, jeez. Yeah, that's weird, but, I'm just saying, because I went with two of my friends that were girls, and they both were, crushing on him. They thought he was just so adorable, and I was like, yeah, totally, oh my god! Emma Stone, of of course, Emma Stone, my future ex-wife. She was awesome, and their chemistry together was fantastic. She was also awkward at times, too. They were both doing that awkward, you know, exchange sometimes, and I liked it. It was funny, and it worked very well. It was kind of weird seeing her blonde hair, and apparently that's her normal hairstyle, and it's just like weird, because she pulls off red so well. And I'm not even really into the redheadness, but she just does it for me. OMG. Reese What's-His-Nuts playing the lizard. You know, it was cool. Sometimes the lizard to me was like a little cartoony, I mean, there's really nothing you could do for a character that turns into a big lizard, so, I mean, what else are you gonna do with that? I mean, I thought it was cool. It's kind of like they're doing, you know, when they did with the Batman reboot is, yeah, everybody expects you to do a main villain that was in the previous movies. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to throw a different villain this time, which, of course, the lizard wasn't in the original ones, and now they put him in there, and I'm sure with the next ones I heard that they might do Venom, which I freaking hope so. Don't cast the skinny guy from That 70s Show this time, huh? But overall, yeah, I mean, I really liked it. It was a really good origin story. You really found out a lot more about Peter Parker. And, you know, they kind of changed up the whole, you know, when Uncle Ben gets killed, obviously. It's not a spoiler because we know that he dies, and that's one of the reasons why he goes on a rampage and wants to be like a badass. They changed that part a little bit, but it worked. I mean, they didn't want to just redo exactly the same thing, but I thought it was better than the previous ones. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with this new franchise. I'm sure they've already announced, like, the second one, so, I mean, obviously, they always announce, they just like, yeah, we got this. It's so much better. We already got like 3 more movies written. But yeah, overall, really, it was good. It wasn't like, oh my god, the best thing ever, but you know, I liked it a lot, and I do, Film Junkie does definitely approve. Who will enjoy this? Spider-Man fans. Maybe not the die-hard ones, because you can never please a die-hard comic book nerd. It's funny how, I was thinking about this today, it's like, you know, these filmmakers try to please the comic book nerds, and they try to please like the non-comic book nerds, people that have never read the comic in their life. You're trying to balance both, and you're just never going to satisfy. And it's always usually the comic book nerds that... Guys, yeah. You know, if you like the original Spider-Man, gives this one a try. If you like Spider-Man and all, you'll like this. I guarantee you. There's nothing wrong with it. The performances are good. Story's really good. Like I said, it might have just been a little too long. Some of it kind of dragged on a little bit, but overall, good movie. Film Junkie approved. Well, alright guys, I am David the Film Junkie, and this has been a film review of The Amazing Spider-Man. Emma Stone, if you're out there watching, I love you, and I think we should get together and make some babies. How about that? Call me.